discuss what is okay. So basically, outlet means a particular division of a screen. So if you go to any shopping mall, right? So there will be outlets. So there'll be Shoppers Stop, McDonald's, something like that, right? So there'll be so many outlets. So if you consider entire shopping mall, that is entire shopping mall is an outlet. Inside that outlet, there will be again outlets. So some kind of divisions inside. Why? Because they will be having a different business altogether. So that's why we will be having a different outlets inside also. So if you consider entire shopping mall, that is a outlet. So if you consider two shopping malls, like something like In-Orbit Mall or Phoenix Mall. So these two individually there, Phoenix is a outlet and In-Orbit is an outlet. Okay. So but internally, again, there will be internal outlets. McDonald's, Shopper Stop, any other outlets will be there internally because their business operations are different. So that's why they divide it as a different outlet internally. So in our router outlet also, we have different outlets inside. Why? Because see, when we are now routing from one component to another component, in that particular component, assume that I have 2-3 child components. Those are related to my component. So I cannot mention those as separate outlets. So because that is inside my component and I want to mention those two components as my outlet components. So those two are different outlets, but comes under my outlet only. So in that case, what we will do, we will create a sub outlet. So we'll create a separate outlet for each and every component. So that is called internal outlet. So currently what we are doing, we are creating one router outlet that is a global one. So any component can come and hit there. But if I create one specific outlet, so if I give some specific outlet name, only the components which were defined with that particular outlet name, so only those components can come and fill that router outlet. So other components cannot be routed there. Okay, I'll show you that. So how we will declare children outlet? So as I told, so we can declare some children's also, right? So if you want to declare any children outlets, so you can use this children and you can give similar way how we declare the router. So we can declare all the children routers. I'll show in the routing module. So yeah, this is how we declare routers, right? So we'll give the path and we'll give the component name. So whenever we hit this path, this particular component will get loaded. Where it will get loaded? See, in the app component.ts, we have given router outlet. Sorry, in HTML. So we have given router outlet. So in this particular division, so except this button, so entire thing in the screen is router outlet. So anything which matches the path, that component will be displayed here in this router outlet. Assume that now I don't want to display all the components. I want to display only some of the components. So then how I can give that? So if I want to display only this product component, I don't want to display any other component. So what I can do, outlet, my outlet. Now here also, what I can do, outlet. So what I have done, I have given my specific outlet. So what will happen? But not matching. What is this? Okay. Router outlet. Okay, name is a parameter. Okay, now see, now by default the product component is not loading because there is no matching router outlet because we have used name as my outlet. So, and we are using only when we give path, we are giving that outlet, particular outlet. So other cases, we are not giving any outlet here. So we don't have any matching router outlet here. Okay. So now if I give product, then only it will load. Well, product is not. Okay, by default it is working. Why product is not. I given same name here also. Not match any roles. Where is my product? Okay, they have given router outlet. Outlet side navigation. Correct. Hmm. Fine, right. There's no difference here. Let's see the right. So now we have two outer outlets. So let's put product. Okay. Okay. First we'll see children. Okay. So if at all we want to add children, so this is a syntax. Why this is not working, I don't know. Let's see. So now what I'll do is we have parent and we have child also, right? Here we have child component. Okay, let's create one more child component. ng generate component name is child1. So now we have two child components. So inside this, I want to route it. Okay. So okay, ABCD is not there. Child1. Correct. Children, then path, then component. Component. That's fine. Okay. Child 2. Okay, now we have declared two children component. So now if at all we want to route to children component, I already told this. So we will be using that relative to this route. So what is meant by relative to this route? So in the URL, whatever the URL till now it is there, so it will append to that particular URL. So now if we go till parent, and after that, if you want to navigate to child one, you don't need to put like slash child one and all. You have to put like slash parent slash child one. Then only we can navigate to child one. So we'll see now. So we'll try to navigate to parent first. So this is a parent component we are getting. So if we want to go to child one, we have to put child one. Then only we can see the child one component. Now this is a child one, child two. Okay. Okay. See now when I want to load childs, so in parent I want to load particularly here. So what I have to do, I have to put parent slash child one. So inside this parent, if there is any router outlet, then only it will occupy. So externally, there is a one router outlet, right? We have in the app component. That is a main router outlet. But it won't occupy that router outlet because here it's not comes under this parent. That is outside. That is outside the parent. So that's why childs cannot occupy this outlet. Okay. So now let's see if I have where is this? Yeah. So if I want to navigate through TypeScript, so how we can navigate it? So we don't need to, we won't manually put the here, right? So we have to navigate through TypeScript or even router link, right? So in that case, what we have to do, so if I click on something, then only it should navigate. So then private. So if at all we want to use relative to this route, then we have to use activated route. Okay, so now if I want to navigate to child this dot router dot navigate. So child one comma relative to Restart. So now what will happen? Automatically, whenever there is a parent in the UI, so automatically it will append the child one here. So we have not created any button. Let's say. See now. So when I navigate, automatically the child is getting appended and the child component is getting loaded. So if I want to decide on the runtime, so whether I want to load child 1 or child 2, then here I can just give URL. So now whatever the value you give there, so automatically that will get loaded. So now I given child 1. So if you give child 2, automatically child 2 will get loaded. Okay. So this is how we declare children. So what is the advantage of childs? So if at all there is a router outlet inside our parent component, only it occupies that router outlet only. So any other router outlet, it will not occupy. Okay. So in the parent section, we can decide which child to load it. Okay. So here we are deciding which child to load that particular outlet. Or else we can create one more button like okay. When I click on the navigate, child 2 will work. When I click on the navigate 1, child 1 will work. See now, so while appending, it's not appending to child 2 / child 1. It is appending to parent only. See here, if I click here, so it is getting appended to parent only. See, it's not appending after child 2 or something, right? Why? Because it knows these two are children. So it need to be replaced whenever there is a routing. Whenever you are requesting for any routing, so it will understand that it need to be replaced automatically. Okay. Any doubts here? Okay. Next, we will see required parameters. So in the routing, if at all we want to send some data from one component to another component, there are multiple ways, right? We have seen multiple ways. One way is we can create a provider service and we can set data from one component and we can send it to another component. And second way is we can create, we can create a child component and we can use input annotation, output annotation. We can send the communication, like we can send the data to child component and we can get data from child to parent. So that is another way. So in one more way we have seen is modal dialog. So if we use modal dialogs, we can send data from the dialog box and we can get the data from the dialog box. So we have seen after closed of the dialog box, we can get data from child to parent. So that is in case of when you want to open a pop-up. So we have seen 3 types of data transfer between components. Now we will be seeing another type of data transfer, that is through router. So through router, how we can transfer data. So there are multiple ways we can transfer data. So first way is required parameters. So when we say required parameters, when you are routing from one component to another component, this particular parameter needs to be sent. That is mandatory. If you don't send that particular parameter, that will throw error. Okay, so you need to send that required parameter. Okay, so we'll see that. So here, how we will send the required parameter? We have to add this parameter name in the path. So we'll try to add that parameter name. So in our routing module, if at all we want to route from one component to another component, so here we'll try to put it. So I'm giving it as a data. So now this data we have to send from parent to child one. So in the parent, we are navigating through child, right? So in the child, we have to send some data. So parent data, I have something like Java Express. This is my parent data. Okay. So now your internet connection is lost. Now I have to send it. Then if it is child one, then only I have to send it. URL equals to child one. So how we will send it? So we will be using this way. Just we have to put comma and we have to send that ID. That means a data. So this dot parent data. So I am sending this parent data to child one component. If it is child two, we didn't give any variable, so we don't need to send anything. Okay. So in child one, I have to receive that data. So I'm sending the data, but I have to receive that data. So in that case, how we can do that? To read it, we are using this dot route dot snapshot dot parameter dot get. So we'll try to get it. This dot. Let's do it in the constructor. This dot. So we have not created a router. So let's create private route activated router. Dot snapshot parameter map dot get of what we given name data. So we want to show it in the child component. Child data equals to so let's make it as any because it is this guy will return any and we are storing it in the child data and we have to show it in the UI. It was the name of the parameter. Okay, so now we are fetching data from parent data, and we are getting it in the child data, and we are showing it in the UI. Okay. So now let's click on this. So now it is went to child 2. See, in child 1, it is showing whatever we are sending, that data it is showing. So it is appending in the URL also. See this. It got appended in the URL also because we have sent it in the URL. Okay. If at all you want to send it in the UI, in the HTML file also, you can send like this. A router link, something like this. You can send it here only. So how we can do that? If you go to parent, so instead of this, what you can do, in the button itself, you can give router link. Router link and that data. Equals to child 1, comma, what is that name? Parent. So we don't need to do this thing. So when we click on this navigation button, so automatically we are sending the parent data to child. So let's see. Okay, child 1 should be in a string. It's a string. So now let's put parent. Let's click here. See now. We are able to send data also here also. Okay. Either we can send from HTML or even from the TypeScript file. You can send any data. So here you can send any object also. If you have multiple data to send, you can create one object and you can send it. Okay. Then next is, this is about
Sir, which one is more preferable, like HTML one or TS file?
Depends. See, if you are assume that I am selecting particular product, I want to send that product to child component. So before sending it, I have to do something. Okay. Before sending it, I have to do something. Like I have to calculate some price. Okay. So what I have to do, how can I calculate? I have to calculate here only. So something like price, I want to, there is some discount also. Assume here there is a product. Product details equals to new product details. Okay. So here in the product, we have product name and everything, right? So I have added discount here. Initially it is 10% discount I am giving on the product price. Okay. Assume that if user want only 10% discount, what I will do, initially only I will do the discount once he enters the product price. So assume that I am having one input box. ng model product dot product price. Something is there, right? Product price. Okay. So user will enter some price and he will enter some discount also. Okay. So now once he enter these two, I need to calculate. I need to calculate and I need to send this product data to navigation, child one component. Okay. Let's try to send the product data only. So I'm sending entire product object itself. Then I have to receive here the product object. Okay. So here, okay. So I'm taking this data as product details. If somebody is not sending, so this unknown will go into that. Now, if I go to parent, I'm sending product and I'm taking discount and product price from the user. So if I want to calculate it before sending it, I want to calculate it. So how I can do that? So I can't do it here. No, I can do it, but it makes so much of code here in the HTML file. So what I can do, I can navigate to okay. So I can navigate to child one. And here, what I can do, I can calculate that. So here, what I can do, this product dot product price minus discount amount. So now I can send this dot product. See the difference now. So in child, we are not printing anything. Child data, right? Yeah, child data dot product price. So see here, initially price is 0. So now let's say I have 100. So by default discount is 10. So if I click on HTML, what will happen? Same 100 value will go. Okay. Where is this? Product price we are sending. Let's take it. Now here we are sending product price. There also we'll send product price only. Okay. Now let's say I'm entering some 100 value here. So if I click on HTML, same 100 should go. So same 100 should go when I click on child from HTML. So, but if I want to calculate the discount, so how I can calculate the discount? So if I go through TS, so I can calculate the discount and I can send that value. Why it's not going? Okay, already I'm checked. See that. So I can send after calculations, whatever the data is there, that value I can send it. So if you want to do any calculations or anything, so you can use this TS. So you can navigate from TS. Assume that you are getting data from the backend and you want to navigate